It's better to spend a couple of $1,000s on doing research now and make sure you're not infringing on any patents, as opposed to you developing this whole company and all these different products, who knows, and then later on finding out that, hey, you weren't supposed to be doing that, and guess what? Not only am I suing you, but I'm also taking all your earnings. You have to pay me back for all the money that you made. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video, and today I'm actually going to tell you how you can avoid getting sued by a company. If you're an engineer, you know that at some point in your career, you will be working with a lot of intellectual property. And a little while ago, I was watching a video from another YouTuber where he mentioned that his dad was an engineer for a very long time. This person was working for a company, an engineering company, of course, doing engineering work. And after decades of working for this company, the dad actually moved out of the company and decided to open his own business. When he opened his own business, it was all good and fun. Things were going well until one day he received a notice from a company and basically saying, hey, what you're doing right now with your business is actually my intellectual property. And as such, either you shut it down, either you shut down your business because you're using my idea, or guess what? I will sue you and I will take everything away from you. Unfortunately, this retired engineer had to actually shut down his business and move on from the idea and find something else to do. But I don't want to focus on what he did afterwards, of course, but I want to focus on who knows how many other engineers went through the same thing. Who knows how many engineers are out there who got sued by big companies just because maybe these engineers, when they opened their own companies, providing their own services and products, maybe they didn't know that they weren't supposed to share or they weren't supposed to leverage the knowledge and wisdom they learn in the company into their personal projects. And do you blame these engineers though? Do you really think, do you blame them? Because if you think about it, when you are an engineer and you're working for a company for years, most likely you are doing the same type of work, or at least something very similar. Maybe you're doing design, maybe you're doing drafting, but in general terms, you are developing a certain skill that can be useful outside of the company once you retire. Now, the companies are smart and they lawyer up. And one of the things that companies do, I know that they did this with me, they make you sign a non-disclosure agreement. And this non-disclosure agreement basically means that you're not going to be, of course, disclosing or sharing that information, the intellectual property, in any way with other companies, with other people. And then also basically says that you cannot use the technology and what you learn in this company for your personal use. Because if you are using that intellectual property or technology, then you'll be infringing on a patent, or you may be infringing on their IP, their intellectual property, of course. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you, or the main thing that I wanted to warn you in this video, guys, is to be careful with the paperwork that you sign. Not just non-disclosure agreements, but any sort of documentation that a company asks you to sign. Make sure that you read it and make sure that you understand it, so that way in the future, if you want to make something happen based on the knowledge that you have, you are not held liable, or you are not responsible for any infringing on any patent related to a company that you worked on in the past. If you have any questions, or if you have any doubts on what could entail infringement on a patent or on an IP, then make sure that you ask a lawyer first. Get your own lawyer. Don't ask the company lawyer. Get your own lawyer and see how you can make something happen. If you think that you have your own ideas and it's different from the company, from whatever the company was doing, then make sure that you find legal counseling and support. It's better to spend a couple of $1,000s on doing research now and make sure you're not infringing on any patents, as opposed to you developing this whole company and all these different products, who knows, and then later on finding out that hey, you weren't supposed to be doing that. And guess what? Not only am I suing you, but I'm also taking all your earnings. You have to pay me back for all the money that you made while I didn't catch you. So just be mindful, be careful with the things that you sign, the things that you are working on, and of course, don't share things that you're not supposed to be sharing based on legal paperwork that you signed in the past. So I just wanted to bring this up to your attention so that way you don't fall into this trap. It's not really a trap because they kind of tell you up front, but a lot of the times we forget. We forget the things that we signed, but once we are aware of it, then we can actually, man, I remember the guy Alex. One time he told me, like, be careful with non-disclosure agreements and infringing on patents. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you like this video. Hit the like button right now. Hit the subscribe button. And I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.